Hey everybody, welcome back to another Gunpla video. And today I'm going to be tackling a kit I've had in my backlog for a little over a year now. And this kit is the Master Grade Amazing Red Warrior. Meijin Kawagachi's main mobile suit that is seen in the build series, well, that being Build Fighters Try, as he is a character that is also appearing in the original Build Fighters series. But this is basically the perfect Gundam Mark III in his sort of signature red color scheme that he likes to use, which I feel kind of makes it like the Castival, but not really. Now, this kit is a kit I've had in my backlog for a while, and I hadn't really thought about building it for a bit, mainly due to the fact it's a pretty standard looking Gundam if you think about it. Its design is very simple and it's a fairly monotone kit with just a bit of, white and yellow thrown in, but the whole kit is predominantly red, which unfortunately means that it does nub up quite fiercely. But with some time, some effort, and maybe some kind of form of sanding or, taking a glass file to it, you might be able to reduce the nubs you get on this kit. But moving on to the actual kit itself, the instructions is something I actually wanted to go over a little bit, but that is mainly due to the fact where this is a normal full release Master Grade kit, but it's actually done in a way where it's really nice to look at. In the middle of the page, we do actually get a sort of, I want to call it like a descriptive page for the actual unit itself. And I will show you briefly what that looks like after just going through the general instructions here. And it's just your standard sort of Gunpla instructions. But far as I'm aware, this is a modified version of the Master Grade Gundam 2.0. And for better and for worse. But the general kit itself was a simple enough kit to put together. And looking at this actual description page, it's actually quite nice to look at. It obviously all in Japanese because this was before they started doing the English translation stuff. But then again, it's nice to look at. Moving on to the kit itself now. It's actually surprisingly quite good looking. And I have to say that I did do some slight painting here and there for some little bits on the kit with just a Galeri marker and just to bring out some of those finer details. Throwing this up now onto the actual turntable, and yeah, like I said, it's pretty much a modified version of the RX-78-2 Gundam, which, for better or for worse, but I do like the alterations that have been done to it, especially around the feet itself. And I feel like that gives it kind of this more heavy duty feel, considering it feels more like a tactical war unit that we'll discuss in later detail when it comes to the accessories. But bringing it closer now for the articulation, the head, it's got a nice up and down range of motion that due to being on a ball joint. And because it is on a ball joint, that does allow for a swivel of 360 degrees. Now, moving on from there, it does actually have a little bit of rocking back and forth. Not too much, but, you get enough. But moving on from the actual neck and head, we're going to actually take the actual shoulders, which aren't actually connected to the shoulders themselves. They are actually on a ball joint that is on a shoulder connection in the actual chest, which allows some back and forth and up and down, which I find to be acceptable. Unfortunately, the arms only come up to about here, which, depending on what you like, could be enough or could be too little. When it comes to moving the arm forward and backwards, again, it is unfortunately limited because of the either backpack arm or the actual shoulder armor that goes above the actual shoulders. But it's one of those moments where it's it doesn't really take too much away from the kit. Now, when it comes to the arm articulation, it is actually really good. And I find that the swivel on the arm that allows a 360 rotation, fine. But the best part about the arm is those elbows. Those double jointed elbows are fantastic. I love them. And they give you such a nice deep bend, which is perfect. I love it when I see this. But when it comes to the hands, oh my god. These hands, they're good. But I'll go into further detail why I just don't like these hands. These are the 3-finger, 1-finger individually articulated hands with the tab that comes out in the middle. But I don't like these hands. But I'll go into further detail later on. Now there is a shield that is articulated on the other side as well. It is on a ball joint, so you get the same amount of movement as you get on normal ball joint parts. And what can I say? It's a simple shield and it works. Now for the actual chest, this is where it's impressive. Unfortunately, there is little to no swivel at the chest. That's mainly because of the design and the actual front of the skirt getting in the way. Now if you extend the chest, you get a lovely arch forward. And that crunch is seriously impressive. And I struggle to see kits that actually pull off an arch this good nowadays. This is so surprising for a kit that came out quite a while ago, to be honest. And considering it's based on the 2.0 as far as I'm aware, it's so cool. And the fact that the arch to the back is really good as well, just goes to show how good Bandai's engineering was at the time for kits like this. And then again, it is a simple design, just altered in some parts, but it works really well. Moving on to the actual front skirts. The front skirts are designed pretty simply enough, where the front skirt can move out forward, and the side skirts can also move out forward, which is really, really nice. But I will say, it is a little bit of a weird movement on the actual side skirts because, as you saw, they collide with the back skirts and the back skirts will pop off frequently. Doesn't mean it's a difficult fix. You just put it back in and you're pretty much sorted. But it is a bit of annoying that I have to move it, take it off, put it back on. But then again, it's a model kit. Some parts can sometimes fall off. This is an older design. Bandai's kind of designs weren't, that advanced back then, but really good. Now for the kicks out to the front and to the side, as you can see, really, really good. Out to the back, not so great. Just due to the fact that those legs are limited. But when it comes to what I want, those kicks out to the side and to the front are practically what I really, really like. So, moving on. I want to say the knees in this kit, like the elbows, are fantastic. I love when... I just love it. It's such an amazing range of articulation from these joints. And I just love the way it feels, and it feels fluid. Now, moving on to the actual feet themselves, I want to talk a little bit about the ankles. Now, the ankles, they have a weird system where I'm not sure why, but the actual pistons themselves, as you can see, they pop out so easily when you're tilting the actual ankles side to side, which is really frustrating because then you have to disassemble the foot, not fully, but just remove it from the actual leg itself, and then just like wiggle the pistons back into the kind of binder that they're in, which I kind of wish there was like a stopper that stopped them from popping out. Placing the feet down actually allow you to actually see how good the articulation is. Now, it has a really decent tilt down to the bottom, and the actual lower foot can actually tilt back up for the actual kind of like toe. But the actual front part that you see on the ankle is actually connected to a ball joint in the actual joint itself, and the actual ankles are a ball joint in the foot and a C-clip at the top of it. Moving on to the backpack. The backpack is pretty simple, but it does what it needs to do, and it does it extremely well. Now the back thrusters, they are on 2 ball joints, and it allows you to rotate them in any way you see fit, or any kind of pose you want out of them. And the actual sub arms for actually connecting them to the weapons, they are really articulated with, as you can see, a lot of joints. And that allows for forward, backwards, up and down, swivels, and personally, that's literally all you're going to need from this system, which is really, really good. Now, I want to talk about this, the accessories, because man, does this kit have a lot of accessories. Now, as you can probably see, it's a little bit of a confusing spread, but this actually has a sort of modular system where it kind of takes parts, puts them together, makes its own different guns. You've got Gatling gun parts, SMG parts, grenade launcher parts, extension parts, and also kind of a missile launcher pod as well, which I find to be okay. Now, what I want to talk about the hands. My goodness, these hands are annoying, because the finger articulation is fine. That's not what annoys me. It's the peg in the actual kind of palm that keeps popping off. I managed to get into a pose now, but the amount of time it took me to actually get this to work was really, really long, because the peg keeps wanting to pull out of the hand itself, which is really annoying. Another really cool feature that this kit has actually is a sort of hidden sort of firing mechanism that it has within the front skirts and the chest. The front skirts are really hard to get to. Unfortunately, on my copy, I think it's just something that happened with mine, but I had to cement them closed because I did unfortunately break them during the build. But for the actual missile pods to expose them, I find it easier to remove the backpack from the kit, and as you can see, those 2 prongs that stick out, if you push them, they actually expose those missile pods. Now, you don't actually see this in the anime as far as I'm aware, but is a cool inclusion nonetheless. And I am not entirely sure if this is something that was actually done on the original RX-78 2.0. But, throwing this on the action base one more time, what can I say about this kit? Do I recommend it? So-so. If you like this sort of design and this sort of stuff, then I'd say go for it. But me personally, I'd have to rate this a pretty mediocre kit, probably a 6 out of 10. And it does need a lot of work to really feel good, but at the end of the day, that it is an older master grade. Now, I want to thank you guys for watching my review again. And I really enjoy that you guys are getting a lot out of this, and I would love to see you guys subscribe, comment, share this video with your friends, and you know, any little thing helps me out really greatly on this channel, because I really want to, you know, create more reviews for you guys in the future and do more fun stuff like that. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one, which will be a high grade.